If you walk the streets of the Tenderloin in San Francisco or downtown Los Angeles, sometimes what you'll see is this maw of tents, right? You descend into this kind of urban dystopia that's tucked underneath what's otherwise the richest parts of the world. And you can't help but wonder, how does this reality coexist with wealth? Why is there so much homelessness in places like San Francisco and Los Angeles, which are not only rich, but also quite progressive, where voters care deeply about homelessness? California has 12% of America's national population, but 30% of its homeless population, and 50% of its unsheltered population. How can that be? Well, there's a book called Homelessness is a Housing Problem by Coburn and Aldern, which says that if you look at individual lives of the homeless and the unsheltered, you might often find examples of struggles that are particular to that person. Maybe someone lost their family. Maybe someone's going through a divorce. Maybe someone's a drug addict or a recovering drug addict. Maybe someone's just dealing with mental illness or incredible income security. But they point out that these individual stories are relatively common across the country. People with mental illness live in Texas. People with income insecurity live in North Dakota. So why are there so many homeless people in California specifically? And the answer, they say, is that it is a housing supply story. California has simply done a terrible job keeping up with the number of people who need to live in especially its densest cities. These are precisely the conditions that lead to homelessness, to housing insecurity. And the reason I think it's valuable to think about housing insecurity rather than just homelessness is that many people who are homeless aren't homeless for years and years at a time. They fall in and out of homelessness. And what is the thing that makes it difficult for them to find consistent housing? It's the availability of housing that is affordable to them. It's not because that's where the mentally ill concentrate. It's not because that's where drug addicts tend to be. It's also because that's where the lack of housing tends to be. And so people who are dealing with altogether human problems are more likely to find that their altogether human problems lead to homelessness.